Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm that sim racing bloke, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to get this effect in the Content Manager showroom. So of course you want to come to Content Manager, pick a car. I went for the Lotus Elise because it has a lot of little lines that just look good in different types of lighting. So you want to click these three dots, come down to Custom Showroom Presets and open Sin Realistic. So the download to this preset will be in the description. Obviously you'll need to install it first. Just drag it into Content Manager and click install, and then it should show up. So we're going to open Sin Realistic. Now yours might be a little laggy, so you need to turn off all these settings. You can turn them back on once you want to take a screenshot, but just for setting it up I like to have 60 FPS. So the first thing you want to do is come to HDR and click Reinhard H if it isn't already selected. Then you want to come to Scene. This is where the colour aspect comes in. I like using purples and blues. So I'm going to select a purple background, just going to make it nice and dark. You can always adjust the brightness later. So that looks good to me, that's my channel colour. I can subscribe. I want to make the floor a little bit lighter, so I'm just going to pick a nice light shade of purple. Ambient light, I just leave that on white because the floor's doing all the ambient lighting for us. So now's the important part, is the lighting. So press T to see the nodes and click Add New Light. Now as you can see it added a light. Just going to move this out to the left here, and you want to pick Spotlight. Now you need to rotate the light to point at the car, obviously. That's pointing a bit too much downwards, so I'm just going to spin that up a little bit. Now we're going to move it away from the car just so the light isn't too harsh. As you can see we've got a nice little spotlight now. I'm going to repeat this process for each side of the car. You want to kind of make the lights even, so I'm just going to try and get these the same distance and the same angle. That looks about right. Now we're going to do the same on the other side of the car. So now's the fun part, we get to choose the colours. Now your colours want to be the opposite sides of your background. So for example I picked purple, so two of my lights are going to be pink, as you can see it's above purple, and two of my lights are going to be blue, as you can see blue is below purple. So as you can see that just gives us a nice little contrast between the front and back. Now for the other side we're going to do the exact opposite, so front is going to be blue. We're just going to copy the blue hex code here. Just copy those string of numbers and paste it into the front right. As you can see we've got that contrast again on the front, and then we're going to do the same for the rear. So find the pink hex code and paste that onto light number 4. And now you've got this nice bluey pink effect. It'll work good for 80s cars, but of course you can choose your own colours. These are just my favourites to use. So now we can just adjust the lights to get it looking nice, or nicer should I say. That looks pretty good to me. So now we need a main light above. So we're just going to add a new node, and we're going to make this the colour of our background. So purple for me, it can be whatever you want, for yours can be whatever you want of course. And we're going to turn the brightness down a little bit. This is just a nice little ambient light, and of course we need to make it a spotlight too, because spotlights are nice. And we just centre that over the car. That's looking pretty good, not gonna lie. And we need to turn the brightness down a little bit, but there we go. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm just going to run through all the other settings you need to do before you take a photo. So if you press Q on your keyboard, it stances out your car, which makes the screenshots look extra nice. D is the doors. Now you want to come over to miscellaneous, and I like turning bloom up all the way. It gives it that nice sort of glow. Bloom and reflectiveness. Don't turn reflectiveness all the way up because it just doesn't look realistic, but some of the way. As you can see, that just gives the car a nice little bit of a glow. and accumulation bokeh experimental. That just makes the light look a lot more realistic on the car. That's it off, that's it on. The light kind of blends together, which is realistic. So now you can come back to quality and turn all of your settings back up, ready for a screenshot. As you can see, it just looks so much better. Now you come to the little car tab. I like giving the car some steering angle for a screenshot. As you can see, that looks pretty good, at least to me. Lights on or off. I prefer having them off, but again, it's up to you. Driver, blah blah blah. You can read, can't you? Let's be honest. So now it's time for the screenshot. I like finding a nice low angle. You don't want to focus on the lights on the floor. You kind of want to get them out of the picture. So a nice low angle. That's looking pretty good. Now we can come over to the I tab and click auto align car just to make sure it's center. Press T, remember, to get rid of those nodes. You don't want those in the picture. Zoom in. Auto align car. Now you come over to the picture tab. I like taking 4K pictures, ultra wide, so I'm going to click that. I'm going to set the resolution multiplier to 2 just to get that extra large image size and make shot. Now the screenshot may take a long time to render. I just went and made a cup of tea while this one was rendering. As you can see, now we've got a nice screenshot, a very nice screenshot in fact. So that was how to make very nice screenshots in ASSETTO Corsa Showroom. If you make a screenshot like this and share it somewhere and someone asks how to do it, I'd really appreciate it if you gave them this tutorial. But now we're going to open Photoshop and I'm going to tell you how to put that nice little cherry on top of your screenshots. So now you're in Photoshop, you'll want to add that little bit of pizzazz to your screenshot just to set it apart. This is quite an important step if you want to make very good screenshots. But if you don't have Photoshop, do not worry, you don't need to do this. So we're going to come down to this little icon here, new adjustment layer. We're going to select curves. And I'm just going to fiddle around with these sliders. You don't want to do big adjustments because you'll end up losing a lot of information in the picture. You just want to make minute adjustments just to see what works. We're going to pull the black slider in a little bit and the white. See, if you do too much, you lose a lot of information from the picture. So now we're going to do the grey slider. It's up to you which you want to do, but I like making my screenshots look realistic, so the blacks have to be blacks, the whites have to be whites, and the highlights have to be highlights. I don't know where I was going with that one, but again, that's looking good for me. It isn't big adjustments, but it just adds that little bit extra to your screenshots. Now we're going to come to hue and saturation. Again, you can just desaturate it a lot if you like that look, or you can boost it, but as you can see, that just ruins it in my opinion. So we're going to just tiny adjustments. I think that looks pretty good. Now we're going to come to curves, and this is just a final touch. I'm going to make an inverted S just to bring those colours out even more. Now you can click these little eye icons to see your progress. So the levels, that looks pretty good. Hue and saturation just brings out that colour a little bit more. And curves. Curves actually flattens the colour, so I'm going to delete that. And that is the finished product. So thank you for watching. Remember to hit the like and sub button and share the tutorial if you found it helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.